Hey, good morning. It is March the 1st. Oh my goodness, the time's flying by. And Kelvin is out today. He's normally the co-host. He won't be in with us today. We're going to talk today about what's on my mind. And last night when I went to start doing the research and do the blog post for the show notes, which you can always get from the GuyRCookReport.podbean.com. There, I said that so I can put that little graphic in. The Yoast SEO plugin for WordPress, which powers our show notes blog, says, hey, there's an update. I said, that's what's on my mind, is getting that update. So bazinga, I went to the Yoast plugin and did the update, and I said, gosh, I wonder what's new and different. So we had a look, and the link is there. If you go to yoast.com, whack WordPress, whack plugins, whack SEO, and then almost like a hashtag features, and it'll be the link that goes straight away to this tab, which I'm going to show you right now. The features, and I'm just going to talk about the free ones. And the premium service I don't have, so I can't really give you a chapter and verse on how good those are. I'm sure they are, but for the sake of first-hand knowledge, I'm just going to talk about the features in Yoast free version. Focus, keyword, and content analysis. There's an SEO meta box. You can set a focus keyword. Like if your topic of interest is 2017 0301, the Guy R. Cook Report, what's on our mind, you can put that keyword anchor into your box, and it will look for instances of that appearing in your text, so you can get an evaluation made on your ranking. Then right after that, post titles and meta descriptions. That's also contained in that same SEO meta box. You can optimize your title of your post, your meta description of your post, separate and unique from the defaults that you get, like with open graph tags and so forth. We'll talk about that in a minute. So use that snippet editor to check and make sure that you've got a unique title, that you're not duplicating a title of something else that you've done. And by using our dates, we've got that pretty well in tow. Robots meta configuration. The robots tag used to be something, oh my god, I gotta edit the robots tag. Well, easy as cake to do with this tool. Okay. Next one they talk about is a readability check. I really like this one. And in terms of, is it search engine friendly? Well, yeah, it might be great in search engine. They'll find you, but they can't read it because you haven't checked the lengths of your sentences and paragraphs and see if you've got a call to action that works. Make sure that you haven't used passive voice too often, and just some quality assurance things in terms of your readability that you want to take a look at. Next one, canonical link. Every time that you post something, it has a canonical link. That is, for lack of a better way to say it, where the buck stops. When they want to go to your content for that topic, and today's what's on our mind, okay? So we're going to have a canonical link that this is the absolute bottom line where it's at. Anybody else that copies it, they're going to have to refer to that canonical link to get there. The breadcrumbs are handled in this Yoast tool. The SEO plugin takes care of those and makes sure that you've got the post type, what taxonomy to show. You get to determine what title is going to be the specific entity in the breadcrumbs, so that it gives you basically full control of your breadcrumbs. Kind of a nice thing to have. The categories that you assign, if you'd used WordPress a lot, sometimes oops, I forgot to set the category. This is, for lack of a better way of saying it, the chapter in the book that your post is about. So if you have a section of your book that's about SEO tips, like we did yesterday on Tuesday on the Guy R. Cook Report, then you would put Tactical tips for SEO is the category, right? So the permalink cleanup tool is so that your canonical link, anybody that adds like a /2 or any kind of a redirect code to your link, those all get cleaned up with the permalink cleanup tool. Okay? You can set up your XML sitemaps so that if you say you've got a page like the archives that you don't want to have indexed. So some of the XML tools that you get for WordPress, they don't take into account you turning that indexing off. They'll put it in the sitemap anyway. Then you got a real can of worms in a text file form to sort out. And so by using the Yoast tool for XML sitemaps, which are I got to do it, then you'll get a better sitemap as a result. The RSS enhancements, they make your RSS feed readable. They'll style it so that humans can look at it and go, oh, that's what it's about. And so take a look at that. I talked about robots text earlier. This is the part of the tool that lets the robots.txt and your .htaccess file easily be edited. And then we get into the premium features. So you want to go to the show notes, the GuyerCookReport.podbean.com, and get a link to today's episode, and you'll get all of that graphic there and the link that goes to our show notes on our blog. Okay? And speaking of show notes on the blog, a little quick thank you to Hattrick and Ramsey Podcast. This is where I captured the 11-minute plus ramblings that I did about what's the Guyer Cook Report, what's it about, and I put it into the form of a video by using Screencast-O-Matic, and we're able to do that because of our good friend Eileen Smith. So anyway, Hattrick and Ramsey, that's the look of their podcast. Ramsey, Mr. Ramsey I should call him, I guess, has a website, edinburghdusters.co.uk. I think he has a .com as well. And it talks about the company that likes to clean. You can see it right there. And Eileen Smith that I just mentioned, one of her presences online is basic blog tips. And you can see there in the header at the top, did it come out? Oh, it's scrunched off. But what the top is about, and apologies for that not showing on the screen, she's going to be at Social Media Marketing World for 2017. I invite you to take a look at that and find out where she's going to be in terms of that. And the last shout out that we're going to do is the good old Friends Just Chatting. They're on Facebook. It's a group. This is what it'll look like. Excuse the shameless plug for their Guyer Cook Report, but hey, they're my friends. And look for that link in Facebook. Just type in like I got there in the box. Does it show? Oh, Friends Just Chatting, and it'll come up and looks like this, and there you have it. And so on that note, I'm going to turn off screen sharing, maybe. And bazinga, there I did. Thank you for joining us today. Big thank you to our patrons. I got to say that, especially if one of them's here. And we're going to say those 3 magic words that I say at the end of every show. It's a wrap.